Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex. Today I want to discuss a stock, Adobe stock. I usually don't do this, but I really think this is a huge opportunity. Usually I do stuff more for Pokemon investing, but recently I've looked into stocks. I think they're um, they're not better, but it's. I think it's safer to have your money in stocks than Pokemon products. Anyways, today I want to go over Adobe stock, and this is one that's gotten beat down over the last year. I think it had a really high valuation, and now it's just to the ground. So, without further ado, let's look at this stock. So, first off, what is Adobe? When you want to invest in a company, you always need to look at what it is. And I just want to say, um, this is not financial advice. Alright, this is just it's for myself. It's also for me to I want to present this stock because if it does go up, then it gives me a lot of credibility for this channel for my anyways. I just want to I'm very confident in this stock, and I want to show it. So what is Adobe? It's a software application that usually, well, people know it for Acrobat and Photoshop. They're two very significant, important apps, is what I want to say, for anything related to creating stuff online. Acrobat, I'm sure you've seen it if you go to school. It's great for anything related to PDF documents and sharing all that kind of stuff. So every huge big institutions usually use Adobe Acrobat, and then Photoshop. It's like the most well-known creation, video and photo editing software. So yeah, software company offers tools for photo and video creation. Yeah. So what I like about Adobe a lot is that they're like a one-stop shop. When you have you can buy every single one of these apps like individually, but you can also take like the whole package, Adobe, subscription, and then you get everything. I think it's really like embedded, in the companies that use it have been using it for a very long time. The reason why Adobe stock is down is because investors fear that AI could replace eventually Adobe, s- like the companies that use it could instead go for a cheaper option, because now you can. Adobe is a software company, so it's easier to replicate than something like Apple, that it offers a product, physical product, that's impossible to recreate because they have their brand and everything. Adobe is easier to recreate by AI. That's the main concern. Let's take a look at the stock. Yeah, it's performed horribly in the past 5 years. It's down 35%. Even in the past year, it's down a lot. In the past 5 years, it's down. It's just horrible. If you were an Adobe owner anywhere in the last 5 years, you probably lost money. So it's bad. The investor sentiment is horrible around this company. Okay, let's take a look at some of the stats for it. So right now the PE ratio is 17.73. Historically, it's been 45.81. I'm To be honest, I'm a very I haven't been investing for a while, so I'm not the most comfortable with metrics like these ones. But I just think you can gauge by the fact that the P ratio is almost down like to a third of what it was before. I think that's like big, like it's significant. And if you take a look at and put in this presentation the stats for the company growth, but company growth in the past 5 years, yeah, I just put this. It's up 11% every year. Well, on average, in the past 5 years, and it just keeps growing. The company really just keeps growing, and you know, for a company that's down to a third of what it was worth before, it shouldn't, like, it's one way or the other. Usually stocks go up when the growth goes up, but that's just not the case with Adobe. And so I think um there's a lot to question about this stock, because okay, is investor concern really, um is it really like there? Well, I mean, is it really motivated or not? Is it actually true that this stock is going to be disrupted by AI? And that's the question that I want to ask: is AI a threat to Adobe? And I don't think it's as bad as people think. Yeah, so it's a large business. Are really going I don't know, is a large business really going to switch from Adobe to a random AI company? And there are copyright issues. I'll go over that. And Adobe is also able to use AI to make their products better. That's another point. So let's start with the first one. So really, Adobe is like really embedded in those companies. Like I said earlier, every company that's using AI, maybe it could take over, the students, or like not the big companies, but the small subscriptions, that could take a hit, because AI can replace, if you're on a budget and you don't want to spend for Adobe, you might want to go for easier options. But for big businesses, which is like the big part of Adobe's revenue, like, is a big company really going to switch? Is it really going to switch a software? Like, it's Adobe is already an all-in-one, and now you're telling me that just to save a few bucks, companies are going to switch off of a product that's really good and that's worked for like years and years before, just to save a little bit of money. That just doesn't sit right with me. I don't think that'll be the case. And there are copyright issues with the AI companies, because I'm not very familiar with it, honestly, but I've heard that you know some shady businesses don't have the copyright um licenses for what they offer, so there might be issues there. And like the small user base that just use, like, the students and everything, that just pay for the base subscription. There's already Figma and Canva that are already taking market share from Adobe in this category. So even if it goes down, I don't think that's Adobe's main, like, focus audience, if that makes sense. I think it could lose. Adobe could lose a little bit of subscriptions, but, like, is it really like that little bit of subscriptions lost? Is it really worth the 2/3 of the market share, or the yeah, you know what I mean? That Adobe lost, or is it just market sentiment that's driving this stock way too cheap for what it's actually worth? And yeah, for the AI concerns, sorry, Adobe is also able to use AI to make their own products better. They already did with Adobe Firefly. They already offer the products that AI companies offer. You know, they just, yes, it's more expensive, but you know, you're paying a premium for something that you're 100% sure that works with no copyright issues. It's just like, it doesn't sit right with me that people are so concerned about this. Could it go lower? So I'm pretty sure I'm closing with this. Could it go lower? Yes, absolutely it could. But I think that at this point, like the investors that are still in Adobe, are they really scared to lose more until they can, like, I think every single Adobe, or most of Adobe shareholders right now have the same vision for the future as I do. Like, they run their numbers and they just think it's like, it doesn't make sense that this company is this low priced when it's performing like really great. And yeah, as long as the company is not becoming worse, I don't think I don't think that's a concern. Like, if it goes down, like I currently I want Adobe to go down, because if it goes down, I can just buy more shares. I don't have the shares that I want in Adobe right now. I'm not afraid to take risks in this company at all. Right now, I'm pretty sure I have maybe 12% of my entire net worth, so portfolio, in Adobe. I'm not scared at all to put like up to like, I'd say 20% of my portfolio in Adobe. That's how confident I am. There's also another stock that I'm really impressed that it's this low. That's like in the same category as Adobe, which is Salesforce. I'm not gonna treat it in this video. I'm gonna do another one, I think, for Salesforce, but I think I understand Adobe better. So yeah, I usually don't make videos like this for a single stock. Maybe I'll do a big video with all the stocks that I'm fairly confident to invest in. But I just wanted to take a moment because Adobe is like such a steal right now. It's so underrated. It's like it almost pisses me off. And I think, if in the next or earnings, people, well, not people, but Adobe reports really like dying earnings, then I'm gonna lose a lot. But it's like, I'm not afraid to take that risk. If it goes down, then so be it, because I'm not gonna miss out. I think this could be a double up, like in the next 2 years, easily, easily. Um, if Adobe goes like I expect it to go. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make a video on this. Um, yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say. Again, this is not financial advice. This is really just my perspective on the stock. Feel free to use this information as you'd like. I'd heavily recommend that you do your own research on it. And even, if I can get feedback on, what you guys think, I would be happy to, open my mind. I'm not close minded. But yeah, I think this is a no brainer stock. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.